Bum 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 bum. Getting ready for some previews. I think, right? We doing previews? I think we're doing previews. Sorry, gotta adjust some of these lights here. There we go. That's a little better. Sorry, I gotta adjust all my stuff. Got too much stuff on the way. Is that in the way? Yeah, there we go. There we go. Optimized. All right, how we doing, folks? We doing good? I hope we're doing good. I am just going to pop out the chat here. There we go. Let's move it over here so I can see the chat. Yeah. All right. Here we go. We're getting ready. The stream has already kind of, doing the little pre-roll thing. Usually they have some, like trivia going by. I don't see that. Yeah, what are you going to do, right? What are you going to do? So, this is the Age of Sigmar reveal show. What is going on? I got a piece of paper, sandpaper here. Oh, ads. Freaking ads. Anyway, Age of Sigmar is due to get a update this year. So, yeah. We're going to get a look at all the new stuff coming out. Pretty exciting. Not going to lie. Kind of excited. We had a teaser at Adepticon. Yeah, we had a big reveal at Adepticon. That was what? Damn, was Adepticon almost 2 months? That's March, end of March. Wow. We're into May. Yeah, I can tell the time. Yeah, that's kind of crazy considering that, Adepticon was like not that long ago. We had that reveal with that really kick-ass intro for the game, Age of Sigmar. And, we saw Skavens and we saw StormCast. And apparently the StormCast are getting a slight kind of update as far as, I guess the stature. I don't know. People were making a deal about these StormCasts are like a little bit taller or something like that. So, I don't know. Man, I don't know. Anyway, okay. Make sure everything's running properly here. Yeah. I don't think I need that open. I'm pretty sure I don't. Can't be 100% sure. Oh, shoot. Yeah, that's what I forgot to do. Let's do this. And this. And this. And that. Boop-a-doo-boo. Do-do-do-do-do. There we go. Just had to spam one more little thingamabobber. Okay, no. Russ Sandbags, is there 40k stuff being previewed as well? Do you know? No. As far as I understand, this is strictly Age of Sigmar because we are going to get a reveal trailer, a preview show, like in a couple days. What the hell is it? I don't see it now. Yeah, Saturday the 18th, May. 12:45 p.m. CDT or 6:45 p.m. BST. So it's 1:45 EDT, Eastern Standard. And it's a 40k Horse Heresy, Legion Imperialis, and Necromunda. That's the reveals we're getting. That's on the 18th. Or 23rd. Whatever the hell it was. Whatever I just read. I don't even know what today's date is. What is today? Oh, 16th. Today's the 16th. For God's sakes. All right. So, before everything gets started, can you guys hear me okay? I'm going to assume you guys can hear me okay. I have the audio for the stream turned down. That's why you probably can't hear it. Let's turn it up. Okay. I have it at 85%. Can you guys hear that okay? Or do you need it like that to hear it? I don't know. Russ Sandvik, sounds good. Yeah, so Saturday. Saturday afternoon. Yeah. I just read the damn thing. But yeah. Alright. Music's just getting me pumped up here. Get me all jacked. Ready for the Age of Sigmar previews. The previews, as it were. Yeah. The Mortal Realms Reforged. I'm just sitting here. This is supposed to start in like 2 minutes, so. Oh. So, since we got just a moment of time, I made, well, I didn't make it. I got another Strands of Fate die holder produced. And yeah, it's 3D printed. And yeah, it's pretty darn cool. Painted it all up. And yeah, looking forward to using it in some games. Some gamage for gaming. Still got to paint the little stone. I think I'm going to do it in a light blue. Question is, though, on a piece of, like, gaming widget, or whatever it is that you want to call it, yeah, that little crystal right there. I'm going to paint that. And I'm going to go with a blue, because it would look cool with this nice bone color we got going on here. And, yeah, should I do it like, just do like, you know, the really fast method of like do it silver and then put a clear color on top of it? Or should I paint it like you typically do with gemstones and, you know, doing the little white dots and, you know, creating little color transitions, stuff like that? I don't know. Either way, I'm looking forward to whipping this out in a game just to track, you know, the Strands of Fate. Because I always end up forgetting about Strands of Fate and what, you know, that they're there. Whereas if I have a big board like that, it's basically like a big cutting board. It's not wood, it's 3D printed, so yeah. Anyway. Just while we're killing time here. Okay, it's 8 o'clock, let's go. Let's go, boys. Boom, boom. All right. Ooh. Bum, 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 bum. For the love of God. What's going on here? What's going on here? Let's go. Let's fucking go already. Fuck's sakes. Fucking keep me on this. My fucking Warhammer, man. For fuck's sakes. I'm just getting all the F-bombs out of the way. Hope you don't mind. Everybody else out there is like, ooh, my freaking ears. Ooh, my freaking ears. Okay, let's do this preview. Let's go. It'll be really nice. Oh, here we go. There we go.
Hello and welcome to the Warhammer preview show, The Mortal Realms Reforged. My name's Lewis and I'll be your host for this extra special show, bringing you all the latest news from the Mortal Realms. I'll be checking in with the wonderful folks at the Warhammer studio to see what they've been conjuring up in this brand new edition of Age of Sigmar. The Mortal Realms will never be the same again. So without further ado, let's get things started.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so new StormCast. Got that. Liberators. Ooh, unhelmeted. I like it. Very cool. Hey, Questor. I like it. Kind of has an 80s rock vibe. Lord Vigilant on Kris Stalker. Oh. One hand through that. Yeah, these guys are Persecutors. Cool. Reclusians? Reclusians? Whatever the hell that means. Piss off with these ads. Lord Veritan? Very cool. Terminals. Okay.
The elite champions of the Mortal Realms have been hurled down by the God King himself. I'm joined by Robin, Phil and Daz from the Warhammer Studios to chat all things StormCast Eternals. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
No worries, so let's kick things off. What do we know about the StormCast Eternals in this new edition?
So we're seeing some new folks come out this time around, the Ruination Chamber, alongside some classics, the old Warrior Chamber guys, Liberators and Prosecutors. So the Ruination Chamber are pretty special. They have fought and died time and time again. Every time they get reforged, they lose something. And over time, they become more and more effectively like a weapon, like the mask and the hammer, rather than a human being that they once were.
With the new miniatures from the Ruination Chamber, how have you gone about sort of tonally shifting
like
that
a
kind of from a
green
design
screen behind me.
perspective?
So it's
We
just
wanted
me
them to feel much more brutal
corner.
and much heavier, so we've faceted the armour more, and you'll notice that they're layered up more. And they've got the parchment, which actually carries their deeds on them. We've got the heavy cloaks on them as well, and we've added new weapons we've not seen before as well. So there's something new, something different, something heavy and gritty that we've not really tapped into with the Stormcast too much in the past. So we've got some new characters in there as well.
Yeah, we've got the Lord Terminus, of course.
Lord Terminus.
Yes,
I mean, he's very, very striking. You notice him straight away, and we've added some
Yeah, he's pretty
Memorians
cool.
in there as well.
Those Memorians, they're kind of like a squire is to a knight, but they're there to connect these Reclusians to their history and to their humanity.
And normally they're the sort of characters you see in the background in artwork,
Looks
for
like a
example,
watcher.
but we wanted to put them in. We just felt it'll reinforce the character and the narrative of the miniatures, but also scaled the miniatures really well. So from a miniatures point of view, if it was their first time that you saw a Stormcast, you'd think that that was the size of a man.
Yeah.
But that's the size of a man, so it really does put them in context as well and show how great and powerful that these new Stormcast are. So yeah, it was a fantastic set to work on. The whole team did a great job designing those miniatures. So.
Yeah, that's great. So we've got a different Storm host now in the Hollow Knights as well. So what was the process of bringing those new
Hollow
miniatures to life?
We've seen our very shiny Liberators, forefront, the poster boys of the Rangers. And now how do we get these kind of more grittier feel to it?
Yeah.
So that's what you'll see in the paintings, the texture that has been also sculpted. Has been reinforced with that paint to
like
make
the,
them have
the
that little bit
headpieces,
like
the
these have
unhelmeted
been
heads. I like
not
those.
locked away and
They look cool.
forgotten about. That's very much they're very much still part of the units, but they're saved for those when things like the Nor has like really kicked off.
Yeah.
These are the ones that dragged out. So how do we reinforce that? So you'll see that with some of those darker tones and the much more tarnished metals. There's a lot of exploration into how do we represent that in the paint.
That grittier feel.
Exactly. Yeah.
So let's talk a little bit about what can players expect in the box.
But on the Stormcast side,
They can
we
expect
have
miniatures
almost
in the
like
box.
two small forces that have allied together. The effectively the call to action guys, the classic Warrior Chamber guys, and then the Reclusians, and the Ruination Chamber who've come out to join them, and together, link their shields and maybe, just maybe, hold back that ridiculous amount of Skaven that's pouring across the plains. Not only that, you also get a story, effectively. You get the story of this fight of the Warfront that is across the East of the Parched. You're learning a bit more about the journey of the Stormcast. We're not at the end yet, but we are seeing them in their sort of autumn, I suppose. These men and women only have a few more reforgings, and then that's them. They will lose themselves completely.
It's kind of like a
me,
battery.
I think
You can only
the whole
recharge a
thing just
battery so
makes
many times.
The Stormcast way more appealing. As a painter myself, as a hobbyist, I'm really looking forward to painting some up with all those new textures and things to play with and everything as well. And just the tone of them's changed so much as well. They're just really exciting, the whole set.
I think the box it gives you much more depth to the Stormcast.
Yeah, I like these.
As we're saying, we're used to seeing the Liberators. They're still exciting, so you're giving them this update with their weaponry, but also with the memoriams, that extra kind of texture. We've not seen this before, so it just gives a much more deeper view of like the life of a Stormcast.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, Robin, Phil, Daz, thank you ever so much for popping in to chat to us about the Stormcast Eternals. We really appreciate it. Don't go anywhere, guys. We've got lots more coming up right after this.
Okay, let's do it. Ooh, here we go. Some Skaven. Yeah. Oh, Ranoga. Very cool. Jazzels. Russ Sandbags, will the Skaven ever make the leap to 40k? Man. I know a lot of people have wanted it, but who knows? Who can say, right? I mean, it took so long to bring squats back in, so. Oh, I think Gracia. Very cool. Alex, they already look better than the Stormcast.
Chaos strikes back in an endless swarm of teeth, claws, and matted fur. Yes, the diabolical Skaven are here to gnaw away at the mortal realms. I'm joined by Sergey, Phil, and Max from the studio to chat about all things Ratmen. Guys, welcome to the show. So, let's jump straight in. What do we know about the Skaven in this new edition, and what makes them so much more horrifying than ever before?
So we're seeing them in their billions, literally billions of Skaven are coming out of this thing, and they're all hissing and boiling and pouring over the lands. What we're seeing in this box set is, like, imagine the camera zooming in to one part of that huge nation-spanning battle line. So we're trying to emphasize not only the Skaven have still got loads of fun character to them, they're still treacherous, cowardice, little guys that would just stab you in the back and look at you, but they also are quite horrifying at this point. They're on their best day, and there are just so many of them.
And so from a painting and sort of sculpting design perspective, how have you kind of married those two things together?
What we're trying to accomplish basically is to
I sculpt
introduce
the
new
shit,
elements
and
that
then
make
the
them
other
look
guys paint
more
the shit.
red, more disgusting, more vicious, but at the same time being faithful to the legacy of the reigns, all the key elements that makes them look unique and special, what we call the visual language, all those little thingies. But, you know, with the new
he got a little
clothes,
pot
by
belly on
using
him?
the new techniques, the new technologies
rats with pot
that we
bellies.
have
That's kinda
on our
hilarious.
reach right now.
Yeah, that's great. So in terms of painting as well, that must open up some real opportunities.
Definitely. One thing that we did really early on with coming back to Skaven again after so many years was to really kind of sense check, like if they're in these dank environments, they're not living their best life, they're not getting all their nutrients, you know, they probably wouldn't look that healthy and that happy. And we're trying to really convey that and pick up where the sculpting is left off and dial it up to 11 with the painting, essentially. And that's across the entire thing, just really digging into like what makes them look really sinister, and like how can we bring that believability
I like the
to
sense
what
of
like
movement more
the core essence of
in
a
the
Skaven
sculpts for
really
the
is.
Skavens.
Yeah, and we've got, you know, as you were saying, like the range is absolutely huge in terms of those new Skaven and some of the classic kits as well. So talk us through some of your like personal favourites.
The Gracier, I think, like that's a big one for me, and I think because of the legacy of that archetype, you know, like there have been Graciers pretty much as long as there have been Skaven, and there have been different representations of that throughout the years, and to see that follow through into this new, modern, in my opinion, ultimate version of a Gracier is super exciting, and to be able to work on that is a dream come true, really.
I really loved painting Jezzails when I was young, and the idea of the Skaven sharpshooter, because they're cowards really, and they want to be able to make a difference, but
That's a big
from
ass
way
gun.
at the back. Yeah, exactly. You know, they're just really lovely little duos, and the guns are different this time as well, and a bit more technologically advanced in places.
How about yourself?
Well, my personal favorites basically are two, the Clan Rats and the Rat Ogres.
Yes.
I love the Clan Rats because they are the embodiment of everything that Skaven society is. They are wretched, they are ugly, they are disgusting, but at the same time they are fierce. When we were considering in the design studio how to make the Clan Rats, we were considering all those elements, those visual language that I mentioned before, but at the same time we're trying to consider the customer experience. Every single Skaven Clan Rat is made of only two pieces, two parts, and
really?
because all the textures are very graphic and very simple, even though the model can look very busy, it's actually a pretty simple experience to paint. So with a very, you know, limited palette of colors, and with even the fewest of the skills of painting, you can achieve a great result with them. And about the Rat Ogres, I love them because as a
these guys are
Skaven
cool.
collector myself, I was waiting for a new kit for ages, and finally we've got those beautiful models that also come with several options. You can build them in different ways. This time along, when designing the Rat Ogres, they are a mixture of, you know, gorillas and rats. They are
Gorilla
a perfect
rats.
mix between bipeds and quadrupeds. So when you look at the anatomy, don't expect big pectoral muscles. They are just weird and strange.
That's great. It's sort of like the hulking beasts. You've kind of created these sort of like.
And they are a bit more dynamic. They are like running,
I like the one with
advancing
his
in an amazing
head.
way.
He's got the
So
big
they are
like,
more
helmet on him.
aggressive and
And it's great that you talked about sort of like the user or painter experience in terms of keeping that stuff quite simple with its textures. But one thing that I really want to know is how have you married that together in terms of the Skaven? There's so many clans sort of coming together, working together, not working together, stabbing each other in the back. How would you marry that from like a paint perspective, perhaps?
Yeah, I think having an army that is so chaotic and broken up in a way where these different clans are represented, it makes it unique, and it gives it a different kind of flavor to a lot of the other factions in Age of Sigmar. It says something about them on a personal level. And then you can kind of use these cues like the warpstone that's speckled across all of the models, or like just the fur textures.
Yeah,
and
it's
the
kind of cool
skin
how like the
to
flesh
help
is
tie
kind of
the
like
army
peeling away
together,
from the muscles.
and
or
then
whatever.
specific pieces of rags and cloths and like the right icons in the right places can tell that secondary like underlying story of like, oh, these are actually from this part and these guys are from over here, and they're kind of working together right now, but they're not just one big happy family.
It's just this beautiful anarchic horde of nastiness pouring towards you, and I think it's going to be so much fun to play on the battlefield, to tell stories with, and just to paint. The guys who put so much thought into it. It's an absolute tour de force of a box set.
Yeah, amazing.
Yeah, about that, I remember now that there was some quality very, very unique on the original Skaven set. When you put them all together, they are different sizes because one is more crouched, the other one is more standing, and that created that feeling of horde that works like rats normally do in
undulating.
real life. They work, and we're trying to imply that in the new model. So every single clan rat is a different size, not because they are badly made, but because we are trying to, you know, recreate that effect of they moving like a swarm of big human rats.
Yeah, it's that level of detail that makes them so sort of like kinetic and dynamic as well, which is really lovely. Yeah. Well, guys, thank you ever so much for popping in to chat to us about all things Skaven. I'm super excited for them to scurry into the new edition very soon.
Very cool.
Don't go anywhere, guys. We've got lots more announcements coming right after this.
Ooh, nice book. big, pretty book. Immerse yourself. Are they doing like previous Age of Sigmar where the rules are free? I assume so, right?
A brand new edition means a brand new core book and much, much more for the Age of Sigmar. I'm joined by Phil, Matt, and Ben from the Warhammer Studios to peruse through the pages that make
Phil's
up the
just been there
Mortal
the whole day,
Realms.
hasn't
So, we chatted a little bit about this before. You guys have decided to go with a little bit more of a mortal eye view for this brand new core book for the new edition. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, absolutely. We've got this very God's eye view in Age of Sigmar 1 and 2. Really great stuff, mythic foundation for Age of Sigmar, but lately with Dawnbringers and with the core book we have here in Skaven, we're seeing the boots on the ground, we're seeing people, actual people like soldiers, tavern keeps, the artillerists, the wizards. What are they up to and how do they see the mortal realms? And that's fascinating, actually. That's given us loads of variety and texture to our stories.
You're getting that sort of like lore tapas, aren't you? Sort
Yeah,
of like
yeah,
bits
exactly.
here, little bits here and there, opinions and that kind of thing. It's really, really lovely. So let's chat rules then. So this is a really big shift in the rules. It's sort of a kind of ground up rewrite of the rules, as it were. And talk to me about some of your kind of focus points with those kind of changes for the new edition.
So with the rules this go around, we really had 3 main goals.
I don't know why, but
The
sometimes this
first
cat
was
reminds
to
me
make
of like
sure that
the
the
way
game
Dr.
was,
Evil sounds.
Easy to learn, but still very difficult to master, right? Kind of the hallmark of a lot of good games.
Yeah.
So you have less systems to learn, but kind of more skill to master them. The second big focus for us was on kind of building on that interactivity, making sure that both players are active and engaged in every turn and phase of the game. And then the final goal was, really focusing on making every battle as exciting as it can be, and having these kind of closely fought battles. There's a lot of interesting counterplay, interesting shifts within the game, and mechanics like the underdog mechanic that kind of help bring those games closer together and result in those really exciting finishes that we all remember for years to come.
Yeah, amazing. So we've also got the Fire and Jade book as well as the core book with this new edition. What is that? Tell us a bit about that.
So the Fire and Jade book is all the rules you need to play Spearhead for every faction.
So it's really fun just reading through that book. It's a beautiful book. And
Now, is this
kind
the
of
Combat
discovering
Patrol? Is that what this
and
is?
getting inspired by different factions, saying, "Oh, they sound pretty cool. Maybe I'd like to.
Yeah.
Maybe I'd like to play them."
You've got to watch out. Going through Fire and Jade, you will see something new that you're like, oh, really? I like it.
Yeah.
I'm trying to do all the destruction ones at the moment, so
yeah,
just
I've read all the
focusing on
death ones.
destruction. And it's hard to just do one,
Yes, of course, yeah. So talk to me a little bit about some of your personal highlights in this new edition.
For me, it's the section we have on the mortal realms themselves.
Yeah.
So we were like, okay, so how would we learn information? Well, we'd probably be there talking around over a meal or at the pub. So we've written from the perspective of Callus and Toll, talking about how the realms work. We've then got necromancers explaining how the realm of death works, and actually they secretly quite like Nagash, but don't tell the witch hunters. So you're getting the almost like you're hearing from the mortals
Well,
themselves.
it's all the little bits of art and the artifacts and
This is it,
it kind of takes you on a journey through. It's almost like looking at a travel book or something, right? Where
Yeah,
it
it's
really
the lived
takes you
experience.
throughout and you get these ideas, really immerses you in the realms.
Yeah, we're really happy with that. It's got a beautiful gatefold, fold-out map. You get to see the cosmos if you want to really zoom out and see how
is their
the
world flat?
metaphysics of Age of Sigmar works.
Is
So
Age
we
of
tried to
Sigmar
cover
flat
it all
Earth?
from the top to the bottom.
That's lovely.
One of the really exciting things, you also have the GHB. So for the first time, we're including all of the contents of the GHB in card form. So really fun stuff, and you can just jump right in and start playing.
Lovely. Well, guys, thank you ever so much for popping in to chat to us about the core book and lots of the stuff that the new edition offers us as well. I'm sure everyone cannot wait to get their hands on it very, very soon. A whole host of fresh releases and some wonderful miniatures to gaze upon too. Don't forget, you can let us know which releases you're most excited for by hitting us up on any of our socials. And you can remind yourself of everything you've seen after the show over on the Warhammer community website too. But that's not all, because we've got lots more coming up, right now in fact. I caught up with the Warhammer studio about Age of Sigmar's brand new way to play, and lots more.
Spearhead is a brand new way to play Warhammer Age of Sigmar. It's fast-paced, well-balanced and easy to get started, making it ideal for all players. Join us as we take a look at this exciting game mode.
Cool. Sounds cool. Sounds fun.
As the mortal realms are engulfed in mayhem and violence, Spearhead forces are dispatched far and wide to seek out ancient sites of power and keep them from falling into enemy hands. Will you take up the call to battle and lead a Spearhead force to victory? In Spearhead games, players engage in small-scale tactical battles, fought on a compact battlefield, meaning you can set up a game even with limited space.
Yeah, this sounds like...
Games use specially tailored rules to ensure that every battle is an exciting affair that comes right down to the final few rolls of the dice. In Spearhead,
said, you know what?
players use a fixed set of units called a Spearhead army that has its own rules. Each of these has a corresponding boxed set that contains all the models you need. Whatever army style you like, you'll find a Spearhead to match. Choose one with a small model count to get going quickly, unleash an entire horde, or pick an army with a stunning centerpiece miniature. Spearhead battles are fought on realm battlefields, and each side of the board represents a different realm. Gairan, the realm of life, and Akshi, the realm of fire. Every Spearhead army has a set of regiment abilities and enhancements that you select before each battle. This means you can easily tweak your army every time you play, making each game different. Try out new things, or look for different ways to beat your opponents. Spearhead games are quick to get going and always closely fought. But you'll still need to think tactically to outmaneuver your opponent, defeat their army, and come out on top. As the hour of ruin dawns, muster your Spearhead. But will you fight to save the mortal realms, or to damn them to destruction?
Sounds exciting.
Age of Sigmar's new edition is on the horizon, and with it comes a new way to play. I'm joined by Jimbo, Matt and Ben from the studio to talk all things Spearhead. Guys, welcome to the show.
Thanks for having us.
Hey, no worries, absolute pleasure to have you. So let's dive straight in. What can new and existing players expect to experience with this new way to play Age of Sigmar?
So they can expect a small
I don't know what
format
happens,
game,
but I know I
table.
always come on top.
You play in an hour, so it's super quick to play once you've learned the rules, and there's so much replayability in it as well, with the board being double-sided, and the twist decks and things like that.
Spearhead really leverages the new modular structure of the rules. So Spearhead only
So I'd imagine that we're probably
going to
see some starter
so it doesn't use any of the advanced rules
kind of setup.
And that means that it's really, really
kind
easy
of like
to
what
learn.
we saw with the last
you just have to
edition
read,
of
3
Warhammer
pages
40,000.
rules covering the basics of moving and fighting and using abilities.
Where you
And
have,
then
like,
you read the
smaller
Spearhead
than
battle
a
pack
combat
and you're
patrol
right into
with a
playing.
little bit of terrain,
And the cool thing
no
is that
terrain,
when you get into playing, you actually kind of learn and discover a lot of the advanced rules. So you get kind of an introduction to a lot of those advanced rules
like that
modules.
model
That it's a really
with the,
smooth transition going
blindfold
into
on
the
them.
larger scale game.
To really help with that, we've got War Scrolls specifically for Spearhead.
I'm not going to lie, I don't know
within
who
that,
this
we
cat
keep
is
the
talking
stat
here,
line
but
and
at
the
first
weapon
I thought it
profiles
was
the
Tim
same
Allen.
between that and when you play larger Age of Sigmar. So there's a real nice correlation of step-by-step way of playing. So players will get to know these things really easily. And then to keep Spearhead a little bit more smaller and easier to read, some of the abilities have been tuned just for Spearhead.
And I imagine with like some new ways to play, create some really like exciting new challenges for the studio. So talk to us a little bit about some of the mechanics that you've utilised to create some real close combat on the battlefield.
So first of all, we've managed to create a system which we call the twist system. So at the start of each battle round, players will draw a card from the twist deck, and that have a really cool effect that will apply to the battlefield just for that battle round. And this combines with another mechanic we use called the underdog. The underdog is the player that has the fewest victory points in that battle round. So that can change during the battle, depending on who's winning and who's not at that point. And with the twist, the underdog will typically get an enhanced effect that both players have, or they'll be able to actually apply the effects of the twist. They can choose where it goes, so they can tactically decide how to make it a bit better for them, get them back into the game, maybe put them ahead of their opponent, but then next turn, their opponent will be the underdog, and they get to do the same thing back to them.
Nice, very nice.
Yeah, and the cool thing is the twists are themed to each side of the board. So it's a double-sided board that you get in the set. One side is themed around Gairan, the other around Akshi. And each side of the board has a correlating twist deck. So all of the twists are also kind of narratively very themed to the board, where maybe you'll have more healing or ensnaring vines in Gairan, where in Akshi objectives might literally explode into fire and burn everyone on them. So it's really fun things, but really, really helps to pull those games closer together and ensure those kind of fun and exciting finishes. And actually, the twist decks are just 2 of the decks of cards that you get. The other 2 are each player will have a deck of tactics cards. So these tactics decks introduce 2 concepts that will be familiar to veteran players of Age of Sigmar, which is battle tactics and command abilities. But it does so in a really, really easy to use system. So you're going to have, each player is going to have 3 cards at a time. And at the top half of each card, there's a tactic you can score. Each one is worth 1 point in your turn. You can score all 3 in your turn. So you have these kind of 3 secondary objectives. You're going to be trying to look at the battlefield, figuring out how you could score. And at the bottom half of each card, there's a really powerful command you can use to get that interactivity and counterplay in your opponent's turn. The trick is that if you play that card to use the command, you can't score the tactic on top. So there's a really fun trade-off with each player of, do I want to use the command? Do I want to use the tactic? And maybe if there's a tactic that's difficult to achieve, the command will then be really useful. And so there's a really fun play, and because those change each time you play the game, the ones that you'll have at any given time, it makes each game feel really unique and really special.
Very nice. Well, guys, thank you ever so much for popping in and chatting to us about Spearhead. I, for one, cannot wait to play it again. I've only played 1 game, but yeah, 100% win rate so far. Don't go anywhere, as we'll be back with some Warhammer Age of Sigmar content right after this.
Gonna get a commercial? Sit tight, I can, but I'm on. Skaven Tide. Okay.
As we all know by now, Age of Sigmar's new edition is on the way, and what a series of reveals and announcements we've had as part of this preview show. Now, I'm back with Jimbo, Matt and Ben from the studio before we wrap up to give you a little overview of what we've seen. So guys, what is part of the Skaven Tide box set?
So this box is absolutely jammed. So first but not least, you get the brand new core book. So 274-page book full of background, bestiary, showcase, all the rules, path to glory, and for the first time ever, you also get the General's Handbook included in the launch set in a card format. So it's got your battle tactics, your battle plans, your season rules, everything you need to play the GHB.
Okay.
And then, of course, in addition to those books, you get an absolute ton of miniatures. So you're going to get nearly 75 different Citadel miniatures in the box, 2 different armies, the Skaven and the StormCast Eternals. So on the Skaven side, you've got 40 clan rats. You've got a beautiful new Grey Seer sculpt. It's probably one of my favorite models in the box. Warpwalk Engineer leading 3 Jezzails, or kind of long-range sniper support. You've got 3 brand new Rat Ogres. You've got a Rattling Warp Blaster, just kind of this crazy Scryer war machine.
Yeah, that's awesome.
And you've got a Claw Lord riding this crazy Gnawbeast, who's kind of the centerpiece general of the Skaven set. And then on the Stormcast Eternal side, you've got your Lord Vigilant riding a Gryffstalker leading the force. supporting 10 liberators, 3 prosecutors, 3 of the reclusians
I like the
who are
prosecutors,
accompanied
they're
by
cool.
these 2 memorians to kind of remind them of their humanity. You've got a Lord Terminos, also accompanied by a memorian. You've got a Lord Veritant with a Griff Crow, and then you've got your Knight Quester completing that set. So lots of spectacular heroes, lots of spectacular models.
He has a bit of a
2
Conan
really,
Barbarian
really
vibe
exciting
going.
forces.
Yeah, a load. And how about some Spearhead stuff as well?
I'll say we're not finished. There's
Yeah,
more.
there's
There's
more,
more.
yeah.
There's
so
more.
you get everything you need to play Spearhead. You get the Fire and Jade book. You get a double-sided board. So one side is Gyrand, one side is Akshi. 4 pieces of terrain specifically for Spearhead, which is amazing. And then you get the decks of cards you need. So 1 deck for each player, which has the battle tactics and the commands on them. And then you get the twist deck for Akshi
really
and 1 for
tempting you.
Gyrand as well.
Yeah, I mean,
So
like,
pretty
you know,
awesome all round.
Well, these big
Pretty
boxes,
awesome all
like
round.
they
Well, guys,
tend to be
thank you
pretty good
ever so
deals.
much for doing that for
So,
me, because I don't think I would have been
and I
able
mean,
to
like,
do
if you're into Age
all
of
of
Sigmar
that
or
on
you're
my
looking
own.
to
What
get
an
into it, I
amazing
mean,
offering as well. And thank you for being
when
with
this
us.
comes
We
out,
hope you've
I mean,
enjoyed
this
it
is the
just
time
as
to
much
jump on
as
the
we
game,
have.
right?
Before we wrap up, let's check out that fabulous cinematic. And don't forget, if you want to check out any of the reveals that you've seen, head to the Warhammer Community website on warhammercommunity.com. Thanks, and we'll see you next time on the Warhammer Preview Show.
But we're not done yet.
heck?
Raining those rats, Lewis. You're going to get your first chance to see Spearhead live here in Dallas. Got my event badge ready to go. I'm Paul. Got Adam here.
G'day, how you doing, everybody?
We're going to have some very special guests playing the first ever live televised Spearhead fight between StormCast and Skaven.
Oh my lord, I cannot wait. We've got 2 fantastic
cool.
athletes to show you the ins and outs of Spearhead for a brand new edition of Age of Sigmar.
I hope y'all are enjoying the preview. Hang out. You're going to see it again if you missed any part of that. And come back in about 20-25 minutes. We're going to see the first ever battle. We'll see y'all
Don't wanna
soon.
miss it.
First
Do not wanna
ever.
miss it.
God, people. It's freaking ads. Oh, it's a I thought it was an ad running on the block. So Tyler, I got a couple Seraphon models just because I like the Agridon. Yeah, they're cool models. Very cool. Raptors. Awesome. Now, would you rather a bird head and like a dog body, or would you rather a dog head and a bird body? Which is better? The volume just changed. It did. What's going on? What's happening? Freaking me out. Yeah, these things are pretty damn cool. All right. Is this the trailer again? Bum, 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 bum. Freaking lit that guy right up. Warp blaster. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Right, imminent. What? Holy man. Just gonna replay everything, I guess. Just trying to pad up the time, I guess. Shit, the preview wasn't quite long enough. Play the videos again. Give him the videos. Do it. Yeah, this book looks cool. I mean, you know, it's gonna have a whack ton of lore in it, I suppose. Yeah, the spearhead thing is very, very interesting, and I think that is very likely to get me into playing more Age of Sigmar, because yeah, like I'm sitting on my Deepkin and you know a bunch of other stuff, and yeah, I want to get my Deepkin finished. Learn the rules of battle.
Spearhead is a brand new way to play Warhammer Age of Sigmar. It's fast-paced, well-balanced, and easy to get started, making it ideal for all players. Join us as we take a look at this exciting game mode.
Okay, I'm turning this down. Hopefully this is getting lower and lower for you guys.
As the mortal realms are engulfed,
I don't know if you guys can hear all that very well, but
Spearhead forces are dispatched far and wide to seek out ancient sites
or did
of
I do the
power
wrong one?
and keep them from falling into enemy hands. Will you take up the call to battle and lead a Spearhead force to victory? In Spearhead games, players engage in small-scale tactical
I got too many damn
battles
things
fought
go
on
up.
a compact battlefield, meaning you can set up a game even with limited space. Games use specially tailored rules to ensure that every battle is an exciting affair that comes right down.
It's exciting.
To the
It's just
final
exciting.
rolls of the dice. In Spearhead,
Okay, let's turn this
players use a fixed set of units called a Spearhead Army that has its own rules. Each of these has a corresponding boxed set that contains all the models you need. Whatever
I think that's
army
pretty cool.
style you like, you'll find a Spearhead to match. Choose one with a small model count to get going quickly. Unleash an entire horde, or pick an army with a stunning centerpiece miniature. Spearhead battles are fought on realm battlefields, and each side of the board represents a different realm. Gairan, the realm of life, and Akshi, the realm of fire. Every Spearhead army has a set of regiment abilities and enhancements that you select before each battle. This means you can easily tweak your army every time you play, making each game different. Try out new things, or look for different ways to beat your opponents. Spearhead games are quick to get going and always closely fought, but you'll still need to think tactically to outmaneuver your opponent, defeat their army, and come out on top. As the hour of ruin dawns, muster your Spearhead. But will you fight to save the mortal realms, or to damn them to destruction?
Damn them. Just damn them. Because why not? Jeez. $74 plastic miniature. My gosh. Yeah, it looks like a good box set. And I'm sure it's probably done in the same fashion as like a lot of the other big box releases that they've done, where the models are, you know, like monopose.
Sigmar lied.
50 freaking rats? Yeah, exactly. Tons of rats. Oh,
us we were chosen. Warriors, stolen from death. To be reforged.
See, Nagash should have just moved a little faster. He would have got him.
The immortal sons and daughters of the Storm God.
There's a guy in water. Help him out. That's so cool. Like, just seeing all those rats coming still gives me the heebie-jeebies. Yeah, you're gonna get it. Lightning guy showing up. This thing's hilarious. Damn, that was harsh.
Sigmar lied. He never told us the true cost of this honor. Soon, all that will remain of me is an echo, lost to the storm. But until that day...
Sam Little, did you miss it? Yeah, a little bit. It's the end.
Fight.
This is like the reveal trailer that they did it back in Adepticon. It's the presentation's already done. Wasn't very long. It's only like about a half hour. Boom. Boom. Summer. Holy man, we got more going on? Jeez Louise. Thought I recognized it? Yeah. Any good? Yeah, well, it's just, laying out like a lot of what to expect with the new big box. Was it Storm Vermin? Vermin Storm? Vermintide? Can't remember what the hell it's called now. Yeah, I've got some catching up to do. Yeah. Pretty cool, though. I mean, it looks like they're going to probably air a lot of these videos again. Then they had, like, presentations from the designers and the painters and everything like that, talking about, the new game modes and, the models and everything like that. So, it's interesting. It's only Age of Sigmar. I'm not sure why this was separate from the other stuff we're getting this weekend, but whatever. Yeah, they are cool looking minis. Skaven Tide, that's it. What was I saying? Vermintide? That's the other game, isn't it? I like that dude. The blindfolded one, Lord Veritant. Yeah. Sam Little, looking forward to some Necromunda. Yes, yes. I think that's what that little face spider thing is. I think it's a Delac. I think it's a Delac thing. Very, very cool. Yeah, so, and apparently, I guess after this whole preview thing, it is Dallas Open. And they're going to have some games going on here, so. Okay, why do I feel like we've already watched this one? Yeah, we have. We've already watched this one. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'm done with that. We've seen that already. All right. Yeah, it looked dope. Yeah. Yes. I concur. All right. So that's the previews of the upcoming Age of Sigmar. What is it? 10th edition? No. 4th edition? But yeah. Sid Tyler, face spider that may or may not hug you? Yeah, exactly. Not like a face hugger thingy. But yeah. Yeah, I think that thing is for Delac. That face, that spider thing. It looks like something out of the Matrix, but yeah. I mean, it could also be for Vansar as well. Vansar has some spidery looking technology as well, so, and I think the clan symbol is a spider, like techno spider thing, so, you know, they're the ones with the techno spider? Yeah, I think so, right? Man, they're still going on. Yeah, these videos, they're on repeat. They're on repeat. They're just padding up the time, I think, because this presentation was so short. Yeah, I'm not sure why they did this separate. Like, why did this have to be separate from the rest of the reveals? I mean, this was only a half hour of stuff, you know. But, I don't know. Hey, I'm not in the room when they make these decisions, so. Sam Little, kind of buggy. Maybe we'll see some new stuff for the Waste guys. Yeah. The Nomads, yeah. Well, because in the Waste, I mean, you have the Ironhead Prospectors, you have the Nomads, and then all the other house gangs have, you know, the vehicles and stuff like that. Speaking of which, I've got to get mine finished. Ridge Hauler. I've got a Ridge Hauler with three trailers? 2 or 3 trailers. I think it's only 3. 3 trailers. Cargo, Prometheum, and I want to do the refrigerator because I like corpse grinders, so I want to do a corpse grinder cart for the Ridge Hauler, and then plus 2 I have a whack ton of terrain to get through as well. Yeah, I think they're just going this on a repeat. So yeah, I think we're pretty much done. We're done. It was an interesting preview. You know. Went over what to expect with the new box coming out. Skaven Tide. What is it? Skaven Tide? Skaven Tide. Spearhead. Kind of like in Warhammer 40,000 where you have the combat patrol. Well, you're going to get Spearhead for Age of Sigmar. Playing, you know, small skirmish type games. Basically just buy a box and start playing it, right? Which is pretty cool. I think that's pretty darn interesting. I think that's a great way of getting people into the game, especially for people who are kind of on the fence and, you know, they don't really want to buy a whole whack ton of stuff before they can ever play. And for whatever reason, Age of Sigmar, 40K, all these games, why is it that when we have our friends talk us into getting into these games, we always feel like we have to have, you know, the convention of whatever standard points people play at, you know, the local shops and, you know, the gaming groups and stuff like that. So, like, for example, if in, you know, Warhammer 40,000, you're always playing 15 or 2,000 points, somebody who's brand new to this, they're going to feel like, yeah, they have to buy 2,000 points before they can even play a game. And that is just silly. That's silly. And I like the combat patrol. I like the spearhead a way of, you know, getting people to play, and even veterans. I mean, if you've always wanted to play, you know, a different army, and it's like, yeah, I'll just pick up the spearhead, give it a shot, see what it plays like. If it is my jam, then, you know, you expand upon it, and if it's not, then you keep them on your shelf or, you know, sell them off, right? There's all sorts of options. There's all sorts of options. Sam Little makes it worth towing into a big box like that. Yeah, exactly. Sid Tyler, no Vermintide yet. Skaven Tide. Yeah. Sam, think Combat Patrol was one of the best things for 40K. Yes, I think so too. There was a lot of enthusiasm, and it seemed like when 10th dropped, it was a whack ton of people getting into 10th edition Warhammer 40,000. You know, just because of the ease, right? A couple bucks, buy an army, get some paints, put it all together, play some games, right? And nobody says that you have to expand upon an army. You can always play Combat Patrol if that's the format you enjoy. Yeah, just keep playing Combat Patrol. Like, if you want to get another army, get another army. Combat Patrol. Just have a whole bunch of Combat Patrols. Why not? Why not? Sam, going to drag a buddy into Sigmar with the new box. Yeah, might as well. Go halves, right? If you want Stormcast, go Stormcast, then your buddy goes Skaven, or vice versa, Yeah, and it's, by the sounds of it, the big box has like everything you need. Even has the General's Handbook stuff in it. Apparently it's all cards and everything like that. So it sounds very, very cool. It sounds very, very cool. It's exciting, and yeah, I'm looking forward to it. And they said summer, so I have no idea what the date is when this gets released. Skaventide. Coming soon. That's it. That's all we know. That's all we know. Holy man, they're still playing these videos. Yeah, it's looped. Okay. I'm just going to quit that. Go here, there. Sid Tyler, a couple of bucks. Well, a couple hundred, but who's counting? Well, yeah, I mean, okay, like if you're just brand new getting into this hobby, I mean, you need what? Some clippers, some glue, hobby knife, right? It's that 3 basics right there. Paints, you find your paints, whichever brand you want to go with. You most likely will go end up with Citadel, just because you're kind of at the all-in-one stop kind of thing. And you just pick up the colors you need for whatever army you're painting. You don't have to have the entire paint range to paint undead, right? And undead models, because all you need is a couple bone colors and your accent color, and you're away you go. You just need some highlights. But even if you want to do like the bare minimum, all you need is white for your highlights, black, and then pick your colors for whatever you predominantly want to pick your army for. So you really only need like 5-6 colors, right, to start your army, especially if you're just getting a Combat Patrol. For example, like if you picked up Combat Patrol Blood Angels, man, you don't even need red paint. You just buy the red primer and then just hit it with a shade wash, give it a quick dry brush, pick out the guns and everything in black, eyeballs in green, do your bases, and you're done, right? Like it's not hard. Now, again, when you're painting miniatures, also the other thing that seems to trip people up is, wanting to do a complete paint job like they see on the box art. And, if it's your first time holding a brush, don't expect to paint that level, and don't get discouraged when your models do not look that way. Like everything has a starting point, and everything has its place and time. Okay, well, I think we're pretty much done. We're done. I mean, I'm just sitting here flapping my gums here, so I'm pretty sure we're done. There's nothing else I wanted to talk about, is there? Not really. Crap, what did I do with the... There it is. Sam, have a good evening. Yeah, later, duder. Yeah, so I want to thank you guys for tuning in. Check the description, waythebrush.com. Check it out. Discord, all that stuff, has all the links. Memberships here on the YouTubes. Thank you. Patreon, link in description. Big thank yous to everybody for the continued patronage, as well as all the brand new ones. Big thank yous to you all. And everybody else out there, give this a like, thumb up, follow, share, all that stuff. Leave a comment. Even tell me, Kris, I couldn't even hear the presentation the entire time. What the heck? What the actual F? All right, I'm getting the hell out of here. I'll see you guys at the next reveal, which is Saturday. Is it Saturday? What is it? Saturday. Oh, for fuck's sakes. No, click the wrong thing. Oh, for the love of God. Where's the preview? Where's Nick? Oh, they've already updated the website. God dang it. Oh, yeah, and Warhammer Skulls, the 23rd of May. Warhammer Skulls, 23rd of May. And then we have our preview. Yes. Saturday, the 18th of May at 12:45 CDT or 6:45 PM BST, or Saturday at 1:45 EDT. Preview of Warhammer 40,000, Warhammer the Horus Heresy, Warhammer the Horus Heresy, Legion Imperialis, and Necromunda. Very, very cool. Yeah, I think this thing is a Delac thing. Hold on. Let me go here. Yeah, I think that's a Delac thing. I think that's Delac. Could be Vansar. Could also be Nomads, because it does look more organic than anything else. But, yeah. So, yeah. So next, this upcoming Saturday, the 18th, we'll do another one of these, and we'll have a look. We'll have a gander at the previews and what's coming up for Warhammer 40,000. What do you think's coming up for Warhammer 40,000? What do you think? Personally, I would like to see Eldari. Excuse me. I still do that. But yeah, I think it's going to be Eldari. That's what I'm hoping. I should say I'm hoping it's Eldari. Because remember, we had that little teaser a little while ago about upcoming Warp Spiders and a Phoenix Lord who apparently was leaked. So hopefully we'll see that. But we have to wait till Saturday for that. So I will see you guys then. And yeah, take care of your brushes. They'll take care of you. And I will see you later. Yes, maybe. Maybe. Hey, what's up? What's the maybe need?